don't run away. Let's fall in love, but slowly, slowly. Learn to love me slowly. Let's fall in love, but slowly.
Welcome, good people. My name is Ochiko. I am a singer, songwriter. I am a healer. Leo tuko hapa Flow and Tell. Yeah, we're doing an amazing song from my album, The Footprint, called Slowly. Yeah, so I wrote Slowly over 2 years ago. I met someone who I thought was worth the while. Lakini alikuwa nakimbiza hii kitu, sijui nataka tuende wapi. So, yeah, in the idea of trying to tell her that I really like you, but naona tunakimbiza hii story. We can't rush through this thing. So yeah, let's take it slow. Yeah, nipende pole pole. Hakuna, there's no way I'm going. All we have is time. Yeah, that's the perspective from where I wrote the song from. So on production, I actually produced the song. I rarely produce my own tracks, but kuna feel that time to time I tend to know the exact direction where I want it to go. Kuna a few tracks zenye time to time lazima tu nipatie that Ochiko magic, and Slowly needed it. It was asking for it from the album. It happens to be one of the very few tracks from the album that I happen to have produced myself, but it was mixed and mastered by Modest. So the production process was fairly very simple. I happened to be a composer, so I came in with the guitars, composed the melodies. I always had that chorus melody. So yeah, so did the initial guitars, then came in and laid my vocals. I love stacking vocals. Oh my god, I love stacking vocals. Napenda kusikia group vocals. I was talking to someone alikuwa ananiambia I sound like a black gospel artist in another world. I am somewhere in Brooklyn, man, doing this thing in the 1990s, man, or 80s. So yeah, that's how the production was done. Yeah, tuingie kwenye mistari. So the song starts off from Sijapenda in a long time. I get excited when I see you smile. Every time I close my eyes, naona picha za milele. So Sijapenda in a long time. We live in the city under the sun. Kupata mapenzi ni hard, and kupata mapenzi tied with a good person, with genuine intentions ni normal. So when I met this person, and the red flag was the fact that you're rushing things, but we are perfect together. So Sijapenda in a long time. It took me such a long time because I was living in Mombasa, so I'd never even met. But then the song is a true story for context. Yeah. So I'd moved from Mombasa. I had not fallen in love in a minute. I'd been alone for a while. Then I met this girl. So yeah, it's very straightforward from the heart. Sijapenda in a long time. I get excited when I see you smile. Every time I close my eyes, naona picha za milele. Delusions, fam. Delusions. And we live in it. And we're proud of it. Anyways. So yeah, being in a situation where you meet someone at the most unexpected time, and they make you so happy. They make you, even you make them so happy effortlessly. Presence yako tu inawapatia so much life. So yeah, every time I close my eyes, naona picha za milele. The thought that this thing could last forever is what makes you fight for it. I know you're scared and it's all right. Expectations kill the vibe. I know you're scared. So many of the people that I meet day to day have been traumatized by people they thought they love. So watu wako so scared and not willing to be vulnerable with the people that they connect with. I know you're scared, but no, it's all right. You're safe. You're safe when you're with me. This is home. I'm trying to make this home for you. So I don't wanna rush, baby. Don't run away. So let's fall in love, but slowly. We have found something that is really, really good. It's worth the wait. And you've been traumatized before. You've been hurt before. Why would you risk something that is good by rushing it? Are you willing to get hurt again and make this a bad story? No. So I'm going to be your accountability partner. So staki to rush. I know you are all right. You're safe with me. So we're gonna take this thing slow, and we are gonna fall in love slowly and safely, to the point that by the time you're fully immersed in this space, you are as vulnerable as can be. You have laid yourself bare. Then we get into the chorus, which doesn't have a lot of words. It's mostly the melody. Da-da-da-da-da. Slowly, da-da-da. Learn to love me. Slowly, let's fall in love, but slowly. It's just insisting and trying to reaffirm my position that I care about you and I want you to learn to love me. I want you to learn how to care for me, because I feel like most times you get into these things because of the wrong reasons. So if you learned how to care and love me, you'd understand why I want you to love me slowly, because there's so much that has been involved in my own past that could very easily trigger this relationship to go the wrong side. So learn how to love me and love me slowly. It's very important for you to penda mtu na love language yake. Yeah.
It's not so easy for
me. Then we get into the second verse. It's not so easy for me kujua unapenda na kucheza chini, seeing you walk by me, knowing what we could be. The exact situation with those lines is that moment when I have declared that I like you. I like you, I think we could be good together, tunakaa poa pamoja. But that's when your insecurities manifest the most. You know, like that's when I'm trying to connect with you, but that's when you are most subtle, you are most distant, you're trying to behave like this thing isn't there. You know, like that's the energy that I was getting from this person. Kujua unapenda na kucheza chini, seeing you walk by me, knowing what we could be. Verse 1 talks about how nikifunga macho naona picha za milele. For the very longest I've had the perspective of we could last forever, and then we're at a point where now unacheza chini because you're scared of the emotions. It's like mimi nimeread the very end of this book, and I know how good the ending is, but you're kind of self-sabotaging us, you're jinxing us, baby. So unacheki. Yeah, that's where we're at. Knowing what we could be, I wanna rush into your arms. I wanna lay right next to you. I wanna be the love of your life. So let's fall in love. Let's fall in love, but slowly. This is me just trying to paint the picture of what I want to experience with this girl. Nataka a very wholesome experience. Nataka experience love at its softest, and it's possible. And it's just, I'm trying to give her perspective that is functional, away from the insecurities of whatever she's gone through. That it's okay. We don't have to rush these things, because I know we will get there eventually, and I want to fall in love with you. I want to lay in your arms. But if you're gonna rush this thing, we won't really get there, or when we get there, it will die prematurely. And as that verse is ending, my vocals get brighter. Even the octave gets higher. So let's fall in love and slowly, let's fall in love. Learn to love me slowly, let's fall in love. At this point, we introduce some form of orchestra at this chorus. As it's getting more epic, we are building intensity to show to nionyeshe udem that I want this thing with my whole self. Everything within me wants this, and I tend to pair my writing with a lot of film oriented type of fields. So the introduction of an orchestra at this point is just to build the epicness when, say, we're shooting. From the video, you see how it builds so much tension at this point, trying to tell this lady that I want this, I want it slowly. It doesn't need to be rushed. It doesn't need to come at some cost that we cannot pay at the moment. We can nurture this thing slowly, and we can care for it. This is a baby. We can care for it slowly. We can care for it gently. We can care for it softly. So yeah, that's slowly as a breakdown from a songwriter's perspective. That's where I was when I was writing it. And yeah, the song has grown, has even gotten more meaning over time, because you find that I wrote this song 2 years ago when I was going through a certain situation. I am out of that situation, but this song is constantly gaining more life and even different meaning. The same way people change over time, and we need to adapt to the way people change, is the way at some point this song changes meaning, not really changes meaning, evolves and becomes almost starts telling the same story from a different perspective from someone else, because I've gotten sentiments from other people telling me of how they are actually living in the slowly story. So yeah, so whatever it is that you want to last forever, try not to rush it. Try to do it slowly. There's someone who says that when you late try to do things slowly, you tend to be more on time as compared to the rush that you would be in if you are rushing, you know. So kama umechelewa, usiharakishe. You'll forget things, you miss things that you're supposed not to miss. So yeah, so slow is smooth is fast. Take things slow. Thank you for having me. My name is Ochiko. Again, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I am a healer. I hope my music is healing you. Tuko hapa Flow and Tell, house of the best songwriters. And yeah, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Share the music. Share this episode. Share the love. Check out the Slowly video. If you've not yet checked it out, It's an amazing piece of work. Music and film meeting at its best. So yeah, cheers. See you on the next one. I love you guys. From Ochiko and Flow and Tell. Have an amazing one.
Learn to love me slowly. Let's fall in love, but slowly. It's not so easy.